looking at you for a while with your big round ass and a pretty smile. Every guy call you sexy, but your man is weak. We can't satisfy you, baby. I'm your freak.
If you want a real man, the man is me. Come into my world, I'm your fantasy. Cause where you're going is into my world. Just straight up love me. Come in, get it, girl. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Get it.
Alright, so I found this guy on Facebook Marketplace. By the way, this is some of the best wire you can get, which is electrical wiring. USA standard. Oh, it's from Audio Pipe. All they did was take electrical wire and put their brand on it. That's even better. Primary wire, AP10. Yeah, this is just good, like regular strand, not super fine strand. It's fucking fantastic. It works great. It's very affordable too. So I found this guy on Facebook Marketplace. He'd be selling it dead for $50. I was like, hey, that's worth $50. Turns out he lived out in Goodyear, which is quite a bit of ways away, about an hour away. But he came out and he said that something was rattling inside. And I was like, I thought it was the butt plug. I was like, that's an easy fix. I can fix it. I'll fix it for $50. I'll give you a carbon fiber dust cap. It'll be cool. So if it was this, all I'd have to do is cut that cap off, take this out, or re-glue it if you wanted it again. And usually I prep just this side. I don't prep the steel side because it's messy to grind that in there. So you just prep the aluminum part again and then re-epoxy it, let it sit overnight, do an inner cap and then do an outer cap. So, but that's what I wanted to do for that. But as he got here, come to find out, it is the shorting ring. And so again, Jacob has not learned his lesson. This is the original one, so you'd hope he'd learn his lesson on the first one. This is the Rev, I think, 1. But this has the bolted spider, so I think it was maybe like a Rev 1.5 or something like that. But it has the chrome. You can tell by the chrome of the generation that it made it, because the in-between one, this one, they usually just used a black finish, black zinc, as the anodizing finish. And then let me show you another example of some turtery. So over here, ZV5, great motor as far as looks. These little slits that he puts in there, good. I love slits. Dual pattern. This is for the 18. This is for the rest of them for 10, 12, 15. It fractured here from a bad glue joint. A little bit of I don't want to say splintering, but flaking came off when they separated. I thought maybe I could, detach this from the plate, but it's going to be too messy. And we left it on there all night, tried to get it off, did not come off. Sometimes you can run bolts through the top. Typically you want to use, if there's 2 bolt patterns, you want to use the one that is less popular, because sometimes you can run a bolt in there and then it shears off. So you want to use a nice good grade 8 bolt if you can, but the best way is actually just use heat it up first, let it cool, and then use a chisel. The other way I do it, oops, I'll lose a finger. Stay up there. There we go. Oh, it's damaged. There we go. Oh no, that's not going to work. We'll put that down. The other one is sometimes I use a pad, sometimes I use bare concrete. This pad out here, this is original foundation, which is super hard, but even this pad that I poured 10 years ago is still pretty hard enough to drop it on. That's another way. You can also use, like, you don't want to use a ball peen, you want to use something bigger, like a small sledge is another way to fracture all that off and get it off. So, but I put this part on there, and then what did I notice? Another fucking Faraday ring, and it's so dumb to put it in there, but that was current for the ZV5, that he was still doing this bullshit. Now, this top piece that he does put in there, bolts. That's the appropriate way to do it if you want to do it, if you think you need to do it, if you really even think it's effective. So again, this heat sink is probably only good for about 50 watts, so it just adds 50 watts more of abuse into this setup. Who's more deadly, Jason or Michael? Gonzo! So dramatic. Copper coil looks good. Oh, he changed it. This is another rev where he added the inner cap, but he used a plastic inner cap. Weak. Spider hardware. I think one of these is loose. Yep, that one. That one too. So, but yeah, this is the one where the circumcised tip is included in the pole rather than a separate pole piece, and the Faraday ring, the shorting piece of pipe, is stuck in there, so and rattling around. So you got to remove the frame. We'll prep that for something else. This looks like the old 120mm bolt pattern, and mostly because you can tell the 127 is the bolts. Well, when you use a pan head, they come really close to the edge. But yeah, 120mm bolt pattern. They use the lower landing, the 7 1/4 landing instead of the 8-inch landing, and we'll go ahead and heat that up. I'll show you how I heat this up without the circumcised tip getting in the way. You want to remove the spacer ring too. So I like using those spacer rings for those 24s that use. Sorry, they use those 24-inch subwoofers, and the cutouts on the cone are 5 inches, and these happen to fit just right. So I got some other ones from Scar that worked pretty good too, but I'm just glad now I can order them because China won't let you order branded ones like this, but you can order the generic ones. So and I'll start carrying those for you guys as well. And I want the little vents on them. So that's it. Yeah, I'll do a separate video when I take it apart, just to kind of show you guys that. But I just wanted to show you that, again, Jacob doesn't seem to learn his lesson. He thinks he's better than you. What else? I mean, these things are obvious. It's not that I'm like talking shit, like, you know, like, fuck you, you're a poser. No, he's performed very well, but there's a lot of problems that a lot of people overlook that are dangerous and are sociopathic, I would say. So, but again, that's just my opinion. I love you guys. Again, let's go for ubiquity. This should cost $20 shipped. I think that's pretty reasonable. And that way you can enjoy bass and you can enjoy life. Love you. Please leave.